Yo guys, and welcome to once again another Racing League video here. Well, not Racing League video, it's going to be King of Leagues. We had King of Leagues Pool 2 earlier this race. Earlier this evening tonight, we're going to be having Pool 2, where the top 5 leagues of the event are going to be battling against each other to be crowned King of Leagues. Without further ado, we're going to be talking about the standings right now, the results of last qualifying. Pool 2 is on the right side, Pool 1 is on the left side. Ground Effect Racing has taken the lead for now with 10 points. And we've got Syndicate right behind, Speed Force in P3, Aeon in P4, and Overtake Racing League in P5. Are the underdogs going to be able to perform pretty well here tonight? Those are going to be Overtake Racing League, Speed Force, and Syndicate. As I would say that Ground Effect Racing and Aeon are one of the faster leagues here in this event. Now, track information wise, we know this already. We've seen it already. It's going to be Qatar with a population of 2.7 million people. The first race on Qatar was in 2021. Syndicate Racing has won the last event. This is going to be the second event of King of Leagues. And then, of course, the qualifying lap is a 120.9 and the race lap is a 122.9. The qualifying lap is actually a 120.4. I'm just going to test out the stream real quick, so I will be right back. Alright, so the quality of the stream is pretty fine. That is great. Now let's go straight over to the track layout, as it is going to be a short qualifying and a 35% race tonight. The track distance is not that. Well, the track distance is, but the race distance isn't. And then, of course, we have got the track layout, but we have discussed that already in the qualifying and Pool 2. So safety car probability, we've seen the safety car probability being high last races. We had 2 safety cars. Degradation rate is not that high, and the tire overheating probability is. So soft mediums, medium soft, medium hard, hard mediums. We've seen some different strategies last race, but I guess these guys all know what to do, and I'm just gonna have a quick look. I'm gonna go with both drivers from Aeon in P1 and P2. They have told me they are pretty fast. One guy had put a 119.8 in the qualifying, so I guess we will be seeing that today here too. Maybe if the pressure from their shoulders is a little bit too high, they're not going to be able to, of course. Then I think there's going to be a Speed Force Racing League driver in the top 3. That might be Laser. We know he's pretty fast. We know he can do everything. So let's have a quick look in the race. Here you can see the standings, and not the the standings actually, yeah, on the top of my head. And then, of course, the predictions, which I've put into this race. I've put Aeon in P1, Ground Effect Racing in P2, and Speed Force in P3. I do think that Speed Force has got a lot of pace here tonight, but will they be able to bring that onto the track? That is going to be a good question. The qualifying has started already. It's going to be a short qualifying. It's going to be around 15 minutes, well, 18 in total, but still 15 more minutes in the lobby. Let's have the lap data open, as there's a lot of guys on the lap. We might want to drive on board with Derek, as he is on the mediums right now, so he's not going to be up for a competitive lap, unfortunately. But yes, he will be pretty fast. He's a Ground Effect Racing League driver, and we've seen this league being pretty fast in the full qualifying yesterday already. So will they be able to bring that pace to the track tonight? As they've told me, they actually put their fastest guys in the qualifying yesterday, and these guys will be equal level. They will be equal level. We know that Aeon has put their slowest drivers in the qualifying yesterday, and we know that Syndicate had put their fastest qualifying drivers in yesterday's qualifying, and they will be with a little bit of a slower drivers tonight, but they still will be very great, being Dasago, McLeod, De Grease, and AJ Sinden. Quite some new drivers, new names, new faces. Syndicate and Speed Force Racing did attend last year's race, last year's event too. It was back in April. So McLeod is now coming down the finish line with the 122.0. Let's drive on board with some other guys. Maybe Margaret Roby, who is currently in Sector 2, coming into Sector 3 right now, as he's gonna be having the fastest second sector. Atom with a 121.2. And Margaret Roby now trying to nail this track. as much as possible, because the qualifying is a very important factor here. We saw Broken Hypocrite in Pool 2 getting the qualifying pole, and he exactly won that race. Well, he did win that race, and he has done a great job getting some good points for his team. Margaret Roby with a 120.3. That is going to be the fastest lap of the whole event already, as the full qualifiers of yesterday did not manage to do that, and neither did the qualifiers of earlier tonight. We're going to be able to do that. A 120.3 is going to be the fastest lap of the lobby right now. B2 is with a 121.1, so he's going to be around 8 tenths behind. He's letting the Overtake Racing League driver go through, as we might want to focus on some guys at the back of the grid, as he's got Alberto right now. He's in that green car, as you can see, and he hasn't validated that lap. He's not going to be able to improve. Overwatch now coming down the line to put a P4, a 120.9, as we've got Wells Jack with a 120.3, really challenging Margaret Roby here, so we might be able to see some close battles at the front, as I'm just fixing my my cables here. And they are good. They are good. And we've got Aeon in P1 and P3. We've got GRL in P2, P5, and P6. And we've got Syndicate in P7, 9, and 11. The Overtake Racing League drivers are a little bit underperforming here. So are Speed Force Racing, but still a lot of drivers on the track right now. Martin coming around at the last corner, as that is most likely going to be a 121, if I'm not mistaken. It depends on if he has ERS left. He does indeed. It's going to be a little bit, a 121.5 for Martin, as he's going to do the SFR team proud here in King of Leagues, of course. Dasago is racing for Syndicate, as they're currently P2 in the standings of the teams, of course. And let's go on board with Emma Mackey, as I think, if I'm not mistaken, Emma Mackey is the fastest one out of everyone here in this event. He is the one who has put a 119.8 in the qualifying earlier. Well, not earlier. In the qualifying he's done himself. So he's coming into Sector 3 right now. And let's drive on board to see how he nails this track. Because, of course, he is really, really fast. And is he going to be able to put himself on pole? He's got Margaret Roby in P1 and Wells Jack in P2. It does look... Ooh, that is going to be an invalidation for Emma Jacket. Emma Mackey. Oh my days. Emma Jacket. That's something new. Those guys have a thing for changing their names. Yeah, that's totally fine, buddy. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. We've got Spin. Oh, Overwatch actually in P4. That is not too bad. We've got Speed Force Racing. Currently a driver in Sector 3 who's going pretty slow. He's possibly coming into the pits, or he's going for a fast lap. Laser hasn't put a fast lap in yet for SRL, guys. Then SRL, who's SRL? Yes, sir. We've got Dasago, AJ Sinden, McLeod, and Degrees for SRL. Alberto is on a fast lap, though. Not too sure if he's improving in Sector 2. He didn't set a lap yet, so we are not able to look if he's going to be able to improve. But it seems like a fast lap here in Sector 3 already. Into turn 15 and 16 he goes. Doesn't take too much curb on the exit. And he's coming back into the pits, as he saw that wasn't a very fast lap, unfortunately. Now let's have a quick look at the guys ahead, as Zinity has come out again. So did Atom. So these guys are really going to be challenging Aeon here for that racing, that race win, and hopefully the event win too, as the King of Leagues is going to be crowned. The league who is going to have the most points, of course. So right now that is going to be Ground Effect Racing. Aeon is only in P4 with 7 points, if I'm not mistaken. And Zinity is going to go for a fast lap pretty soon. He's not on one right now, and neither is anyone else. I'm just going to check out the Discord real quick to see if I've got any messages. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, doesn't look like it, nope. All right, seems to be all fine. Yellow flags in Sector 2. That is going to be an SFR driver going pretty slow. Margaret Roby on a fast lap. He is not. He's on an out lap. But Atom is on a fast lap. Let's see if he's improving coming into Sector 2 pretty soon. Coming into turn 4 and 5 right now. as he needs to take a lot of curb down the inside. He does indeed, doesn't invalidate. Is he going to be up? He's up by a tenth, so that will put him in P5 provisionally. But if he's going to put a lot of tenths more here in the qualifying, he might be able to get into the top 3, pushing out Poison high. And maybe his own teammate, Welsh Jack, although Welsh Jack with a 120.3, that will be a difficult challenge for Atom. As it seems like my screen is lagging a little bit here. Atom now coming around the last couple of corners, entering Sector 3. That is going to be a 3/10 improvement that will put him in a provisional P4. As Overwatch is currently in P4 for the Overtake Racing League team. And they have put some great drivers here in the event already. A little bit of a snap there from Atom. Coming around the last corner, turn 16 that is going to be, and with a good exit coming out of turn 16, you will have a lot of straight line speed here in Qatar. It's going to be only one DRS straight, as Atom now comes across the line to put a 121.0, only a 2/10 improvement, and that will put him in P6 for now. Still 7 more minutes in the qualifying, and looking at the results right now, Syndicate is underperforming a little bit. They've got Degrees in P10, McLeod in P13, AJ Sinden, who just came across the line to put a P10. And the Sago, who hasn't put a performance in yet, is now in Sector 3 on a fast lap though, but will it be enough? I don't think so. I don't think it will be a top 10 position for the Syndicate Racing League driver. We know that the Sago has put a lot of practice in here for this event. Well, he usually takes part in my open lobbies, which I hold every Friday, but except for yesterday, because it was King of Leagues, of course. The Sago puts himself in P15. And Emma Meki, that is going to be Harry, currently in Sector 1. As we know, he is the top favorite for pole here, as he's got the fastest first sector, 26.3 that is. And now entering Sector 2, coming into this flick to the left. Then, of course, he really abuses those track limits. Look at this, look at this. This is such a smooth... Oh, goes wide. Almost invalidating there. There might have been a couple of tenths lost as the Overtake Racing League driver is going to the side there. That's beautifully done from that driver. Now Emma Meki coming around the last couple of corners to put himself on pole. Is he going to be able to do that? That is a good question. Down the last corner he goes. And entering the last corner, it's going to be around a 110. And I don't think it will take more than 10 seconds. Come across the line. Here he goes. It's going to be a 120.1 to put himself on pole. There goes Harry. There goes Emma. With a 120.1. He's going to be, as I said, the top favorite for pole here tonight. As it's going to be Welsh Jack coming across the line to put himself in P2. A 120.2, only 900ths away from the pole. And will it be enough for Aeon? They've got 4 drivers in the top 6. So Aeon is really the favorite here tonight, and I've got a bet with the Aeon Racing League. If they're not getting P1 here tonight, well, team, if they don't win the event, they have got to win. Name their league Peas and Beans Racing League. Peas and Beans. That is fucking funny. All right, we've got Alberto being the only one who hasn't set a qualifying lap yet. Derek all the way in P19 with a 122.2, which isn't that great. But I'm pretty sure, you know, Derek, he is the owner of GRL, and he's the one who actually wanted to take part in the event. And hopefully he likes it. Hopefully he likes it. I really want all of these leagues to take a part again in another King of Leagues event, and I'm really hoping everyone does. I'm gonna try to get even more faster leagues in to compete with Aeon, because Aeon, they have got 4 drivers in the top 6. That is great. We've got a British actress on esports level. Yes, sir. Emma Meki and Margaret Roby. They're amazing. Alberto now coming around the last corner. Into the last corner he goes. And that is possibly going to be a 121, a low 121, which is going to be good enough for a top 10. And yes, indeed it is. Top 10 for Alberto to put the Overtake Racing League. 2 drivers actually in the top 10. Martin is on a fast lap. He's coming into the pits. He's got enough time to put another set of softs on his car. So we've got Calvin racing all the way in P19. We've got Syndicate in P18, 17, 16, and 15. It is gonna be difficult for Syndicate. They do have 2 points ahead of Aeon. But looking at this, it's not looking great for Syndicate. They might be dropping back all the way to P5 at the end of the event. And then, of course, the reigning champions are not going to be the champions anymore. But Aeon is, and I'm pretty sure usually the reigning champions want to defend their championship next season. And if I'm having another event, I'm definitely inviting Aeon again. I'm definitely inviting GRL again. All these other leagues, I'm definitely inviting again, as everyone has been great over the whole event. We've had the full qualifying yesterday. Everyone was clean. Everyone was great. Yeah, me too, Benji. But they actually put their fastest drivers in the qualifying yesterday. So a couple of guys couldn't take a part anymore tonight. Syndicate was way faster last event because they had Fade, but he couldn't take part tonight. They had George, but he couldn't take a part tonight. So yeah, really a lot of substitutions last minute. So unfortunately, they're not going to be able to defend their position. But yeah, that is that. We might want to drive on board with one of the GRL drivers. Wells check right now with the black car right behind 2 Aeon drivers, so he really needs to watch out. Don't think he's on a fast lap. He isn't indeed. Emma Mackey might not come out of the pits anymore. Does he have a lot of tires left? That is a good question. Let's have a quick look. He's coming out of the pits right now. How many more minutes does he have? It says yellow flag, but of course we don't need a yellow flag right now. Community is outstanding. Aeon is a great league. Guys, make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. You will be able to find Aeon's league details in there if you want to drive on Mondays, Sundays. A couple of days they race on, and they have been really great. Currently in their second season, they finished their second season, and they're already at 200 members. So make sure to check them out, but also make sure to check my other leagues out, which I've got as sponsor leagues. Phoenix, we've got Formula 1 Racing League, and we've got, of course, Power Grid Racing. A couple of guys at the back of the grid, or at the middle of the pack, on a fast lap right now. Atom, he's improving by 500s. He's got his teammate right ahead. He's got to get a little bit of a tow. And who is going to give that tow? Not too sure if that has caused a distraction. 700s of an improvement for Atom right now. There's a lot of traffic there, and they really need to watch out. We've got a Syndicate driver on the fast lap. Atom has a little bit of a snap there. Not too sure if that is going to cause an improvement or not. Down the line he goes. A little bit of slipstream. I'm not too sure if he's close enough to the green car right ahead. Aton now coming across the line to put a 120.9, as that is going to be 800s of an improvement to put himself in P8. That is. Welsh Jack is the one to look at, as Emma Mackey now coming across the line to start his fast lap. Who is going to take the pole here? Is it going to be Emma? Is it going to be Jack? Or is it going to be a Margot Robbie? Or is it going to be Poison? Poisson? You never know. You never know. It's... Ooh, Welsh Jack seems to be lagging a little bit here tonight. And that is something to look at, as there is a car going really slow there in Sector 3. Is he going to give a tow to anyone? Fastest second sector for Welsh Jack. He's up by 1.3 tenths. Is that going to be the pole for Welsh Jack? Emma Jackie really needs to improve, because Welsh Jack, the Jacker, the Welshie, is coming around the last corner. He's going to get a little bit of slipstream from the guy ahead too. And will he put him pole? Is that going to be Ground Effect Racing with a pole here? He doesn't have any ERS left. Margaret Roby with the fastest lap, and Jack didn't improve. Margaret Roby takes the pole here tonight with a 120.1. But is Emma improving? He is indeed. He is indeed. 1.8 tenths of an improvement entering Sector 3. Will he put himself in the 119s? I do think so. He's got a Speed Force Racing League driver right ahead of him. Maybe a little bit of a tow there. But will it be enough for Emma Mackey? He's going to get the tow. He's going to get the tow. There goes Emma Mackey onto the pole. Yes, he does. A 119.9. And that is going to be the only 119 here in this session. Is anyone going to be able to beat that overtake coming into the pits? Atom is not going to improve. Where is MDJ, he's gonna come into the pits too, and that is gonna be your qualifying over. We've got the oh guys, a 119.9 to take the pole here. We've got 4 drivers from Aeon in the top 5. And I'm not gonna make any statements yet. But Aeon is looking fantastic. They're looking magnificent. And to have Aeon in this event again next time, I think I need to find some faster leagues, because nobody is at the pace of Aeon right now. We've got Overtake Racing League, actually P6 and P7, not too bad themselves, as there is a lot of drivers with a good amount of time. I mean, we've got a couple of guys in the 120, in the low 120s, in the high 120s, which we didn't see in pool 2. Now, this is going to be the results. The qualifying pole is going to be a 119.9. P2 is going to be 120.1. And the P3 is going to be a 120.2. So really close between P1, 2, and 3. And we've got P4 being Zurop and P5 being Poison. Further, we've got Overwatch, Bjorn, Zinity, Laser, Atom, Degrees, AJ Sidnan, Alberto, MDJ. We've got Spinala King, Derek, Martin, Adasago, McLeod, and Calvin all the way P20. There we go. 2 of these guys are esports level. Yes, they are. But participating in WOR doesn't mean you're esports. It doesn't mean you're esports, but they are in pretty fast leagues. I don't know if you guys have heard from ABS, but they're both driving for ABS, and yeah, they're great. Just gonna check out the stream real quick. I'm gonna check out everything else to see if the quality is good. Let's have a look how many viewers we've got. 30 viewers. Welcome everyone. Hope everyone is having a fine evening tonight. I'm really glad you guys are here. Make sure to make a roar if we need to do, well, roar, that sounds like, you know what kind of vibes that gives me? Like, you know these videos on TikTok where there's like really cringy guys saying, ooh, oh my days. Oh, that gives me that vibe. Say, yeah, okay. Just give me a shout if you guys want another event. I will think about it. If this race runs smooth, because last event I didn't say I was gonna have another event either. But we might be having one. Let's get ready to run ovals, buddy. NTT car, they are all console. Touch grass, go on. What in the PC grip? Yep, seems to be all good. The guys are now choosing their tires. No mid, but most in the top tier are competitive, like a 120.2 in Qatar. This event has gone smooth so far. Another one would be great. It would indeed, but I had troubles finding leaks, so that would be the only issue. Because if we're going to, for example, 15 leagues, or we can stick with 10 leagues, that could be too. But of course, we want to expand and grow as much as possible and get the King of Leagues name out as soon as possible. I could also have a weekly event or like a monthly event. A monthly event would be a good one. Actually, yeah. A monthly event would be good. Or like every 2 months. Yeah, that is interesting. That could be great. We're just all waiting. Nobody is readying up, so that's great. I guess we're all waiting for people to ready up. Or the lobby is glitched. That could be too. You know, it's always something. This game is really haunting me for some reason. Because last event we had a little bit of lobby issues. I could try convince CRL with Sim to join the next one. Don't think they're going to. Benji, we have 4 tiers, buddy. So a tier I used to be the quickest now. We seem to get a lot of crazy quick drivers. Aeon, maybe you could bring 2 teams in. That would be funny. People bringing 2 teams in. I am gonna have my own team. I swear to God, I'm gonna have my own team. Gonna have Lionator and Transic. Who else do I know is pretty fast? Nicholas. I'm gonna have all those guys because I know Racing League Esports isn't gonna be racing anymore. I think they struggle to find people. Why are we actually not starting? I'm not too sure what's going on. Is the game fucked? Oh, man. No way. No way. No way. No way. Don't tell me the game is fucked. Somebody is glitched, and I'm not sure who. Okay. Ah, we are already up. We are already up. Oh, shit. Apparently it was me. All right. We're ready. Apparently it was me. 5 red lights here in Qatar. We've got pool 1 of King of Leagues. And off we go. Who has got a pretty amazing start? Let's look at the tires. The top 5 has gone on to hards. There's a little bit of chaos into turn 1. We've got Overwatch down the inside of 2 Aeon League drivers already as he takes P4 right now. Bjorn takes P6 as we've got Welsh Jack somewhere in the middle of these two teams. Got linked. Yeah, they do, Menji. Alright, so Overwatch having a heated battle with Welsh Jack now around the outside into turn 3, into turn 6 they go already as he is still alongside the GRL driver. He is on those mediums though, so he will take these very long as Bjorn now on the soft tires overtakes Zuro. We've got Poison in P7 right now. AJ Sinden has dropped back all the way to P20, but it seems overall it seems to be pretty clean throughout turn 1. Zinity in P8 drops back all the way to P16, 17 as he got crashed out, I think. Zinity, who has dropped back all the way to P19, not great. Let's go on board with Welsh Jack as he's trying to stay on the tail of Margaret Roby. We know these two are pretty fast. They were competing in the qualifying already, and they will be competing each race, each lap against each other. Derek with a 3-second time penalty already as he's currently in P10. Laser on the tail of Adam. We might want to focus at him as he is one of the faster drivers of the Speed Force Racing League here tonight. But he's not going to be able to stick on the tail of Atom. He's about 3/10 behind, and it's not going to be enough to make that move. Welsh Jack takes P2 from Margaret Roby. He didn't give too much difficulties to the GRL driver. And there he goes, Welsh Jack on the tail of Emma. He's 4/10 down. Margaret Roby is going to try and make it difficult for Welsh Jack to hopefully not close down that gap to Emma Mackey, because Welsh Jack with a little bit of a snap right there as he went onto the curb. Has a difficult line throughout this corner. Margaret Roby might have a better exit, and these guys are all having train work right now. We've got a P1 all the way to P18 who are within 1 second of each other. So that is some great racing we've seen here tonight. Zero up on the tail of Bjorn too, as Margaret Roby is still trying to keep it difficult for Welsh Jack to close down that gap to Emma Mackey. And let's have a quick look if he's going to be able to make that move here in Sector 3. Doesn't look like it. May be coming out of turn 16. He might be able to make something work and have a good exit coming out of turn 16 down the main straight. And it will be a medium hard. The game says medium hard. That is pretty interesting. And now turn 16 they go. Welsh Jack has caught up to Emma Mackey. And Margaret Roby with a little bit of a step there went off track a little bit. And that might be a track warning, of course. Atom on the tail of Poison. And the fastest lap goes to Atom on the medium tires right now. The GRL driver is trying to get a couple of points more for GRL, because otherwise they will not be able to get into the top 2 of this league. We've got Overtake Racing League already at P4 and P5 with 2 drivers being represented by, two drivers representing Overtake Racing League. And I do have to say, I did not expect them to be this fast. They are really stepping up their game and stepping up my expectations. Great drive from all these guys. Now let's have a quick look at a Laser here who's right on the tail and in between 2 GRL drivers. And will he be able to overtake Atom as soon as possible? Does look like Atom is looking to make a move on Poison. All 4 drivers from Aeon have gone onto hard tires, so they will stick with these hards for a very long time, possibly until lap 12 or 13. We've got some battling going on here at the back of the grid. Martin on the tail of Dasago, as these two have been battling against each other already in the first event of King of Leagues. Now having another incident, and it seems like that is going to be AJ Sinden all the way in Sector 2. Martin on the tail of Dasago. Is it going to be enough for Martin? Doesn't look like it. We might want to get back to the front of the grid, as Margaret Roby is 2 tenths behind Welsh Jack. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Welsh Jack is going to have the DRS. Welsh Jack is going to have the DRS. Is he going to make a move down the inside? Doesn't look like it. Emma Mecki defending the inside line, but it wasn't enough. Welsh Jack now taking the lead, and that is a beautiful lead for GRL right now, as they're going to be struggling keeping the tail of Welsh Jack, as of course understeer is a very big factor here, and the more you're closer to someone right in front of you, the more understeer you're going to have. But of course you do have that DRS dynamase rate, which the driver in front of you will be nothing against your DRS opportunity. Now let's have a look back at the Overtake Racing League drivers, as they are keeping themselves in the pack, in the middle of the pack, in the middle of Aeon drivers. We've got an Aeon driver in P2, an Aeon driver in P3, and then we've got 2 Overtake drivers in P4 and P5. We've got Zurop from Aeon in P6 and Poison in P7. So they're definitely in an Aeon sandwich right now. And will the Peas and Beans League get P1 here in the event? For now, provisionally, it does look like it, but Aeon... Atom is going to try and get some work in. To overtake Poison as soon as possible on those medium tires. But will it be enough? Not too sure. Margaret Roby on the tail of his teammate. And will they work together? Or will they be battling against each other to get a P2 or a P1 here tonight? Emma Wecky. I'm going to keep calling him Emma Wecky for some reason. Down the inside he goes. Welsh Jack is not making it difficult, as Margaret Roby is going for it too. Down the inside, they're keeping it clean. As they're still going side by side. A Welsh Jack with a little bit of a tap there on the tail of Margaret Roby, and he retakes P2. So beautiful defense there from GRL, as he's going to try and keep Margaret Roby as long as possible behind him. But Overwatch is trying to get back to Margaret Roby, as Margaret Roby is going to make a move down the inside. Has an awkward line here into turn 6. But manages to stick behind Welsh Jack here. Zurop, who's looking to make a move on Bjorn. These soft tires of the Overtake Racing League drivers seem to be a little bit underperforming at the moment, as he's not able to get any closer to Overwatch right now. And he's getting chased from behind. Zurop on these hard tires will be able to take them with on the long run right now. And there is indeed a long train all the way from P1 to P13, if I'm not mistaken. And all these guys will have DRS. So we do definitely see all of these guys do have a lot of pace in their car. Yeah, I saw that already, Aeon. Dave. I saw that already. He's lagging every now and then. He was having a little bit of a lag in the qualifying too, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't caused any incidents yet. And it seems like all of these guys are it's not lagging. I think it's a little bit of desync. Welsh Jack now taking the lead again from Emma Wecky. And let's have a quick look if he's going to be able to close, to make a gap to Emma Wecky. Because, I mean, 1/10 of a gap is not going to be enough to keep the lead. It's not going to be enough. The soft tires for Bjorn. Overwatch managed to overtake... No, Zurop managed to overtake Bjorn here. And the next target on Zurop's list is going to be Overwatch, who's running 5-lap-old mediums. So it seems like the hard tires are really stepping up their game here in Qatar right now. And the guys at the back of the grid are also battling with each other, but not close enough to make a move anytime soon. As the top 7 right now is taking a little bit of a leak. Atom is struggling to keep the pace of the top 7 right now. As the GRL driver 7/10 behind Poison right now. Poison might be looking at a move at Bjorn anytime soon, as they're now entering Sector 3. And he's right on the tail of that green car. And you guys might know that, I watch a lot of darts. MVG is the green machine. And these guys are really running the green machine cars right now. The green cars. And they're looking absolutely beautiful. Poison with a lot of straight line speed goes down the inside of Bjorn. Bjorn moving a little bit to the left right there, as he is going to try and keep this position around the outside, having the inside line right now. He's going to outbrake the Aeon Racing League driver. Beautifully done from Poison there, leaving enough space for Bjorn to get past again. And what a kind of driver this is. He is so clean. He is so clean. Emma Mackey has taken the lead again with Welsjack on the tail, and Welsjack has got a penalty already. So that is a big penalty here. Still 13 more laps to come after this one. And indeed, the top 13 is within 1 second of each other. We've got MDJ being pretty close to Derek as he makes that move before the corner is there. A little bit of an interesting move, an interesting corner to make a move in, actually, as De Vries is the first driver off Syndicate who's now trying to get past Derek. Derek with a good race already, I do have to say. He's gained a lot of positions, 5 positions already, as he qualified in P16, currently in P11. And where's MJ gonna put himself? He has 4 positions gained, and it doesn't look like there's any big position losses except for Zinity in P17 and AJ Sinden in P20, who have both lost 9 and 8 positions. Poison is on controller too, by the way. These controller players are really, really fast. Welsjack now making a move on Emma Wecky. Beautifully done there. And I feel like these two are just gonna switch positions every lap. But of course, Emma Mackey will have the benefit then, as Welsjack has a penalty. So as things are looking like right now, Welsjack will be dropping back all the way to P5 because all the other guys behind him will not have penalties. Poison neither does have penalties. And Bjorn, he does have a penalty, so we might want to have a look at the penalties real quick. As we've got a couple of guys with 3 seconds and one driver with 6 seconds, which is going to be Alberto in P13 right now. Spinalakin in P14 with a 3-second time penalty. So does Sago and AJ Sinden in P20. AJ Sinden really has to hope for a safety car right now, otherwise he will not be able to get closer to these guys. And there is a gap forming between P10 and P9. That is going to be Derek, who's not able to keep the toe off Laser, and Laser is going to be the first driver of Speed Force Racing here tonight. I've raced with Laser myself. The guy is an absolute menace, but compared to Welsjack and Emma Wecky, he is not slow because he's able to keep the toe of the guys ahead, but he's just not getting there yet. He's not able to get any moves done. He's losing a little bit of time here in Sector 3. He's 7/10 behind right now. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. Where's my water bottle? Here it is. There goes MDJ. Around the outside, Derek having a little bit of a snap, is getting overtaken by De Vries and Alberto anytime soon, but not quite yet. And there he goes. Alberto looking to make a move down the inside. Wasn't quite there yet. And Margaret Roby is now on the tail of Emma Wecky, as it seems like Welsjack has taken the lead here. Kept the lead, because I feel like he was in the lead last lap already, and now trying to create a little bit of a gap. So also, guys, make sure to watch at the fuel, because the fuel is gonna be they are luck. Doogie Falcons isn't here. They are in luck. Doogie Falcons isn't here. That is a great comment. Doogie Falcons was supposed to be the qualifier of yesterday, but he didn't show up, unfortunately. But looking at the fuel, guys, the fuel is a very important factor here, because not having enough fuel means your race win or a possible P10 is going to get lost. A lot of guys coming into the pits already. Martin with a 3-second time penalty. The first driver who came into the pits was Welsjack. He's going to try and get this undercut to work and hopefully get a little bit of a lead to the guys ahead. I'm not too sure if that is going to be the case, as he's coming out right now. Didn't get a double stack. That is great. Did anyone else get a double stack? Doesn't look like it. And it seems like in Pool 2, we didn't have a lot of double stacks either. So let's go back to the lead, as the track has spread out a little bit. MDJ still trying to get on the tail of Derek. Now 110 behind. He's looking to make a move down the inside. Move wasn't quite there yet. The room wasn't quite there yet. Now we're entering Sector 2, as they're going to be around the second slowest corner of the track right now, which is going to be turn 6, if I'm not mistaken. Derek taking a lot of curb on the exit there. But MDJ seems to be struggling a little bit here in Qatar. What tires have they changed to? Please, could you have a check? Yes, indeed, I could. Tire-wise, a lot of guys have gone into the mediums. everyone has gone onto the mediums. So they haven't gone for the softs. And he's a control player too. No assist, minimal gears. He's wild. Everyone on controller is wild. I don't get how you're that fast on controller. I really don't get it. And Margaret Robbie now on the tail of Emma Wecky. And you know what would be unfortunate if they are going to have a double stack. That would be the most unfortunate thing. Let's have a quick look if Margaret Robbie is going to have a double stack. He needed to watch out to not get into the back of Emma Wecky. They're not going to have a double stack. That is great. Not a double stack. Is there anyone else having a double stack? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Great job from the pit crew. And that is going to be Emma Wecky still in the lead. Where's Wells Jack? Oh, he's ahead. He's ahead. That is great, but not by too much. 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds. That is a lead for Wells Jack. A big lead. And Emma Wecky on those cold tires. He sees Wells Jack up ahead. And he's got his hands full with Zurup, Bjorn. Margaret Robbie is all the way in P12. He has dropped 2 positions. 1 to Zurup, 1 to Bjorn. And is Emma Wecky going to be able to close this gap to Wells Jack? It does look like it. 1/10 every now and then. 1.4 tenths right now. 1.4 seconds. As Margaret Robbie is on the tail of Bjorn. A 3-second time penalty for Overwatch right now. A lot of guys with a penalty. Except for Adam, who is on 10-lap-old mediums. The guys in the top 6 still have to come into the pits. Top 7, actually. So we've got Calvin racing in P7 on 10-lap-old mediums too. Spinella King with a 3-second time penalty. Here goes Margaret Robbie on the tail of Bjorn. And he's really close. A 1/10 to 2/10 in between the two. And Bjorn seems to be pushing here. He seems to be pushing. He's trying to keep Margaret Robbie behind. A lot of guys coming into the pits right now. Tom and Derek staying out as they're hoping for a safety car pretty soon. And this is going to be Margaret Robbie with a lot of straight line speed. And that is going to be the overtake on Bjorn. Bjorn turning a little bit to the right. As he really needs to watch out there. And that is going to be a move done for Margaret Robbie. Beautifully done by the Aeon Racing League driver. Emma Wecky got into the DRS second of Wells Jack. So it will be once again a big battle between Wells Jack and Emma Wecky. And as things are looking like right now, it will be Emma Wecky with the race win. But he's got his hands full with the GRL driver. Let's go to the back of the grid. Poison now making the move on Bjorn. No, it's going to be Overwatch. Overwatch on those soft tires. Interesting choice by the Overtake Racing League driver, as he was looking great. Making the switchback work. What is Overwatch doing here? He's taking P11 from Poison. And what a move from Overwatch right there. He does have a penalty though, but he made that switchback work. What a move by the Overtake Racing League driver, trying to give Bjorn a little bit of a lead to Poison right now, because both drivers are having a penalty. But if Overwatch can create a gap of about 3 seconds to his teammate, Poison will not get that position from his teammate. Martin coming into the pits. Zinity coming into the pits. No, Martin is not coming into the pits. Wells Jack. He's going to get overtaken by Emma Wecky. And Wells Jack, he's got to be frustrated. He had a 1.4 second lead. But he lost that in about 1 lap. And there's still 7 more laps to come. So I really wonder if he's even going to lose more time. Because if Emma Wecky is going to try and slow down Wells Jack as much as possible, Margaret Robbie might be able to get any close. And so does Zurup. 4 tenths of a gap right now. We've got 5 tenths of a gap between Alberto and Derek. It's Derek who came into the pits. Why not to soft tires? Pretty interesting choice. A lot of guys going on to the softs here. Going from the hards to the softs. Wells Jack has gotten overtaken by Emma Wecky, of course. But they've got a couple of SFR drivers right ahead. And that is going to cause chaos because they're on 12-lap-old mediums and hards. Are they going to crash anyone out? I'm not hoping for it. I don't think they are, because they're very clean drivers. They're very great drivers. Speed Force are both coming into the pits. And let's have a quick look where they're going to come out. Is Wells Jack going to be able, with the use of DRS, to make that move work? he might be. Wells Jack right the outside with the use of DRS. He's not gonna make it work. Overwatch with the fastest lap right now. Poison defending the inside line from Bjorn right there, but Overwatch with the fastest lap, so that would be one more point for the Overtake Racing League, as they're not gonna be last year in the event, which I really thought was gonna happen. They surprised me. Well, positive. Wait, how do you say that? Positively? No. In a good way. I'll just say it like that. In a good way. There is a yellow flag in Sector 1. That is going to be AJ Sinden again. As he came into the pits to go on to Hearts. But it doesn't look like those Hearts are working for the Syndicate Racing League driver right now. Unfortunately, we've got Syndicate in P11, P16, 19 and 20. As they did not have a great qualifying. And neither do they have a great race here tonight. We've got a leading group of about 5 people. As Poison is not able to keep the toe off Overwatch. Will Overwatch take these softs with him until the end of this race? And I think what Bjorn has to do right now is try to get past Poison as soon as possible. And, you know, hold up, Poison. Hold up, Poison. These softs will go up. Wait. We've got a heated battle between Wells Jack and Margaret Roby. Both drivers going side by side. Heavy racing, heavy battles. We've got wheel-to-wheel racing here in Sector 1. But Margaret Roby takes P2 right now. But as I was saying, Poison, he is 2.5 seconds behind Overwatch. He needs to be within 3 seconds to get that position. Those soft tires of Overwatch are gonna get a little bit slower. But if Bjorn can hopefully hold back Poison a little bit, Overwatch will get that P5. That is, in my opinion, what Overtake Racing should do right now. Bjorn is not able to get past Poison anytime soon. Seems like he's even losing the toe a little bit here. 6/10s between Poison and Bjorn. So you might want to have a look at the back of the grid here. Degrees on the tail of Alberto. We haven't looked too many seconds at these guys, and we might want to have a focus on McLeod here, who's on the tail of Calvin Racing. As Calvin Martin with a 3-second time penalty. That is not great in this battle with nobody. He's not actually having a battle with anyone. Thought he was having a battle with anyone, but he doesn't. McLeod now 4/10s. As we might want to focus on the top lead. Emma Mackey is letting his teammate go through. There goes Margaret Roby. As the beautiful Barbie doll. I mean, that is so weird. Not, of course. Not, no. Cut. I didn't say that, guys. I didn't say that. The Barbie doll in the Barbie movie, of course. Dave, I didn't say anything. We are gonna forget that. We've got Margaret Roby taking the lead right now with Emma Wiki right on the tail. And I do have to say, these guys are allowed to be cocky. I've seen them being cocky in the group chat. I made a bet with them. If they don't win this event, they have to call their league Peas and Beans Racing League for about a week. This is a surprise for me. I didn't think they were gonna get this big of a win. We've got 4 of their drivers in the top 6. That is a big accomplishment for that league, and I'm gonna try and get some more leagues in and hopefully get a little bit of a more competitive grid for I may change it anyway. I like the name. Yeah, that's great, buddy. That would be awesome, and that would be awesome. Bjorn now trying to get past Poison. Poison seems to have a lot of straight line speed, although Bjorn down the inside he goes into turn 1. Move has been done before the corner was there, and that is going to be the Overtake Racing League driver right in front of Poison. So he needs to create a gap of 3 seconds to Overwatch. That is crucial in order for Overwatch to get this P5. Just having a quick look at the penalties. Bjorn has 6 seconds anyways, so he's gonna lose a position to Poison anyway. He's gonna lose a position to Laser anyway, and he might be losing a position to Atom too. Derek, who had a good comeback race, came from P16 to P10, so you might want to have a quick look at the position changes. Biggest winner of the evening is gonna be Derek. And the biggest loser of the evening is going to be AJ Sinden. Bjorn, 2.8 seconds right now. And will he be able to... It doesn't look like he's creating a gap for some reason. These soft tires or Overwatch are going to be running out pretty soon, as Emma Mackey is on the tail of Margaret Roby. We really need to see those fuel rates, because these guys might have thought there was going to be a safety car, and they might have had a little bit of fuel less in their car. I mean, you know, we are quite familiar that Qatar is a track where you need a lot of fuel extra in order to be able to finish this race, actually, because in the Phoenix Racing League we saw a couple of guys. Oh, Welsh Jack down the middle and in between those two. That was a beautiful move from Welsh Jack right there, and beautiful room given from those two. As Margaret Roby now down the inside of Welsh Jack. No touching Rooney here between Welsh Jack and Margaret Roby, as this is some heated battles here between Aeon and one driver from GRL, Welsh Jack, who really tries to keep the GRL's dignity intact, and it seems like GRL hasn't been living up to the expectations. Emma Wacky with a little bit of a snap there, as Margaret Roby tries to go down the inside of Welsh Jack. Not the best move to make a move, and there they go. Welsh Jack gets crashed out by Margaret Roby. Zurop, who has taken this position from Welsh Jack, and Welsh Jack has got to be frustrated by that 3-second time penalty for Margaret Roby, and I feel like Margaret Roby is on a mission right now. Not sure if that was a 5-second time penalty. Cutting the corner, gained 1 place, so we might be set that too early. Yes, indeed. We might be looking at that later during this race. He needs to report it, and he needs to send in the race director. Make sure to let him know, Dave. He needs to send in the race director if he wants to remove a penalty. So he needs to record the race director, then only he can remove penalties. So make sure to let him know. Derek on the tail of Laser. Margaret Roby, who now gets into P3. Gets overtaken by his teammate Zurop, who got an unexpected P2. I didn't expect him to be somewhere near the top 3, as we had a crazy battle between Emma Mackey and Margaret Roby and Welsh Jack, of course. Welsh Jack has been able to keep up with the other two, and pretty well. And knowing that these other two are esports drivers, they have really made it difficult for Welsh Jack here in this Pool 1 event. Atom now right in front of Laser. Razor on 8-lap on mediums, but I feel like Atom is going to be a little bit faster on those soft tires. And Bjorn is managing to keep Poison behind him, so this is going to be a P5 secured for Overwatch. Well, a provisional P5 right now, because of course it looked like it was Jack just glitching around and caught him out glitching. Yeah, that we have to look at that after the race, of course. But if that is the case, of course, no penalty can be given. But if it was not lagging and Margaret Roby actually crashed out Welsh Jack, we might either be looking at a penalty for Margaret Roby or a penalty for the team with points reduction. So yeah, we still have to decide on that. Bjorn trying to keep Poison behind him. He doesn't have the ERS left. And Poison is just going to fly past him. Around the outside he goes right now. And SFR with another 3-second time penalty. I think we do have a lot of penalties for SFR already. Got Martin in P16 with 9 seconds. We've got Calvin Racing with 3 seconds. It seems like not all the SFR drivers have a penalty. So we've got Laser without a penalty, and so does MDJ. Firewise right now. Yellow flag in Sector 2. That is going to be AJ Sinden again. And who's going to take the race win? Is it going to be Zurop or Emma Mackey? Because it would be great. Deleted. Benji Bucket deleted. What did you do, Benji? Ha 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 ha, Benji. Amazing, buddy. Zurop entering Sector 3. This is going to be the last time we've come around Sector 3 in this event. As Welsh Jack is still trying to get past Margaret Roby. Maybe with the use of DRS down the line. That would be great. That would be great. We've got a podium for Aeon. Maybe not with Welsh Jack. Hopefully getting into the top 3. With a good exit coming out of turn 15, we'll be able to. Let's have a quick look. DRS wide open, and Margaret Roby has got better straight line speed. So that will be a podium for Aeon. a race win for Aeon. And Overwatch now gets P4. Oh, wait, no, it will not be a podium for Aeon right now as Margaret Roby gets pushed back all the way to P8. But will that penalty get removed? That is a good question. Is there any close battling still going on? McLeod now on the tail of Calvin Racing. So this will be the closest battle right now for McLeod, as he is going to have the DRS down the main straight. And will that be enough to hopefully make that move work? Calvin with an interesting line through turn 16. McLeod will have the DRS, but it won't be enough. Calvin, who had a better exit coming out of that last corner. And that will be a P17 for McLeod still, as he did have a penalty. We've got a Zinity leaving out of the session. That is going to be a P12 for the GRL driver. Looking at the position changes right now. 2 positions gained for Zuro, 2 positions gained for Overwatch, 4 positions gained for Adam, and 2 positions gained for Laser. We've got 4 and 5 positions gained for MDJ and Derek, and 1 position gained for Martin, 2 for McLeod, and 2 for Calvin. The biggest loser of the evening is going to be Margaret Roby with that 5-second time penalty, but we might be getting that removed. Depends on whether that is going to be the case. Welsh Jack has left the session in a furious manner. I mean, he has left the session before the session was actually done. Driver of the day is going to be Zurop. He has done an amazing job keeping the car on track here tonight. And what an event this has been. No worries, Broken Hypocrite. I really appreciate it. I missed what actually happened. It was a little bit vague. Fastest lap goes to Overwatch with a 122.7. This is going to be the results of your race here in Pool 1. We are safe to say that Aeon has gotten the event win. So congratulations to you guys. You are king of leagues for this event. But of course, will you be able to keep that title next event? I guess we will have to see if you guys still want to participate, of course. We've got Emma Mackey in P1, Azuro in P2, and Welshjack in P3. Further, we've got Overwatch, Poison, Atom, Laser, Margaret Roby, Bjorn, MDJ, Derek, Zinity, Alberto, Degrees, Spinala King, Martin, McLeod, Calvin, Dasago, and AJ Sinnen. Nobody crashed out. Well, some of the guys crashed out, but didn't DNF. That is going to be the end of this event. Guys, it has been an emotional couple of weeks. Just getting my microphone ready, my camera ready. It has been an emotional couple of weeks. Trying to get the leagues in, trying to get the right amount of drivers in, try to get the invites out. Yesterday, the invites didn't work out. Getting enough drivers into the stream, getting enough drivers into the Discord, all that kind of stuff. But I hope everyone appreciated the event. I hope everyone appreciated driving here. I hope the racing standards were good. Make sure to report everything that has happened on track. Otherwise, we won't be able to do anything about it, or exclude drivers from certain races next time. Just give them the qualifying instead of the race or something like that. We are able to talk with the league owners, of course, if everyone is like really smooth, of course. But guys, what an event this has been. We have been organizing this since 4 weeks ago, maybe even longer. I think the beginning of September, if I'm not mistaken. No, at the end of August. Maybe at the middle of August already. Aeon is the last league who joined, and they actually won the event. So great job from those guys. The rest of the standings will be announced in my Discord server. Make sure to join the Discord server in the Twitch. We're having open lobbies every Friday. Well, most of the Fridays. Or any other day. We are having good communities. We're having my live streams of my commentary like I did today. But then, of course, on league races. And yeah, it is what it is. All the lads efforts, including Thomas, for hosting, absolutely tremendous and professional. It's been a pleasure, guys. I hope you guys liked it. And I guess I will see you guys in the next event, hopefully with a sponsor, or not with a sponsor. I guess we'll have to see. But congratulations to the winners, and congratulations to everyone who has taken a part. This was Phoebe Thomas as your commentator. Peace out.